thinking it's about damn. Hold up, I gotta. That's right, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Hi, 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 hi. I hope you guys are all having a great Funday Friday. Because I have a great show prepared for everyone here.
By the time we hear the next pop, the funk shall be within you.
Really thought I wanted to make the screen a little higher, but that's okay. But anyways, good morning, everyone. Hi, 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 hi. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. We have camera's too small. All right, listen, buddy, I just got here. All right, give me a second. It'll get bigger as the stream proceeds. Okay, what was I saying? Right. Okay, first and foremost, I got some great HOGWATCH for you guys. All right. Second, it's cool to see at least like more reporting, I guess, about people talking about how like Trump is gone, people. Like the mental is it's still shocking to me that there are like no Republicans that give a single shit about him being like his brain being fried, man. So I want to talk about that. Then all of the recent SCOTUS rulings. Then Mamdani fallout. Well, in a way. Wait, I need you to watch the Hutch reactions. No, stop. Thank you. I'll save this. Okay, and then we'll do that. And then I want to show you guys this really funny mold clip, man. You can't make this shit up. You know when you see like the caption for like a clip and you're like, no, they didn't say that. And then you watch the clip and you're like, dude, they fucking said that. Dude, they like literally they said exactly that in the clip. What the hell? So I have a lot of stuff to get to today. So let's go, shall we? Let's start. Also, I've been slowly getting used to Firefox, guys. As much as it pains me, I've been trying to slowly get used to Firefox, okay? You changed some settings. There's one thing that pisses me off. It's not that the camera's too big, actually, surprisingly. The one thing that really pisses me off is that if you have a lot of tabs open, or like if you have like, sorry, if you have YouTube or anything that has a video that can play, the tab also has a play this video button that's so shit. So the number of times I try to go and click a tab, I click a YouTube tab and it starts playing that video. I never use that. I press it accidentally. So, yeah, I've not been enjoying that. I tried to look into solutions and all of them are really fucking annoying. Yeah. Smoke code stop. There might be a way to say, I looked at it, it's like you have to specifically fucking put some stupid Chrome CSS file in. It's so fucking stupid. I'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it later. I don't have a play button on my version. Maybe it only shows up if you have a lot of tabs or something. I don't know why it happens to me. It's so fucking annoying. But anyways. So if you see me, if videos start accidentally playing, it's because I'm like trying to swap over to a tab. And then it starts playing the video. There was something else I was going to say on Firefox. Also, can I just say, any Chrome to Firefox users, you guys agree, hovering or like dragging tabs is so much better on Chrome. I hate how non-responsive it is on Firefox. It's just so shit. It's way worse, man. It's so dog shit, man. And I looked it up. There's no solution for this. There's no solution. I looked it up and they were like, it was like the Firefox subreddit and they're like, well, if you fucking hate it so much, just swap back. And it's like, okay, I was just looking for a solution, but okay. All right. I'm trying to enjoy the platform you like, but all right. Okay. I survived the streamers bashing my browser. There are things that I like, which is that I will say Firefox is way faster. Sometimes Chrome, I like if I have more than 2 tabs open on Chrome, depending on what the tabs are, while I'm streaming, it takes like forever to load a fucking page sometimes. And I will say, pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie. Countdown for Opera or Vivaldi, but those are all Chromium. The point is to not use Chromium. So, yeah. So infuriating. But anywho, like, what was the cause? I don't know. I think it's Chrome that was crashing it. I don't know. Have you tried vertical tabs? Don't be disgusting. Like, I don't know what type of degeneracy you think I would engage in, but I'm not doing vertical tabs, you fucking psychopath. All right? Sorry, vertical tabs are the best. Guy who puts the spoon in before the milk. Yeah, okay, psychopath. I actually love when my socks are wet. Guy who says vertical tabs are good. Kind of fucking crazy person. All right, that's great for you, man. Go ahead. You can live like that. I'm not doing that, man. But anyways. He does not understand vertical tab supremacy. But type of guy who puts on sock shoe. Okay. Anyways, yeah. I'm slowly getting used to it. It is like way faster, and I will say I like how much more customizing you can do. Oh, one other thing that fucking sucks on Firefox, just to be a hater. I don't like how all of the tabs blend into each other. I've never felt like such an old person, but like, dude, the Chrome tabs are so sleek. I looked at like 5,000 different fucking themes. You can get an extension for that. I don't want to hear that shit unless you're linking the extension, motherfucker. All right? Because I looked at so many threads of people being like, why can't you just like, why can't all of the tabs look different? Why do the tabs all just like, here's the main tab, and then here's all the rest of them. And I'm like, so, yeah. Denims would not have won my call center's champion of change bonus. What the hell does that mean? But yeah, I looked it up and people were like, yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Yeah. You can't group the tabs by color. You can group tabs. Oh. What, like YouTube always opens up red or something? Or do you mean every time I use... every time I use it, I have to specifically group it. I don't understand. Grouping tabs. Grouping tabs, Firefox. Built-in tab groups, allowing you to organize your tab bar. Simply drag a tab on top of another. It's not working. When I try to drag it on top of the other one, it just kind of like jiggles left and oh wait. But don't I have to redo this every time I reopen Firefox? You can save it, but what if I'm on a new website? What if I open Tubi one day and then I open Meebo the other day? I have to add it to a group every time. I'm not doing that shit, man. That's so much work. That is so much work. I just want the tabs to look different. What the hell? Why would you ever close Tubi? That's a good point. That is a good point. All right, but yeah, other than the fact that you can't see the tabs differently, which fucking sucks, and I don't appreciate it. Other than that, other than all of the visual aspects that I fucking hate, it's okay. I like that it runs fast, and then I hate everything else about it. So, not true. It stays. You can open the groups again, and it saves where you were. Yeah, but like, okay, today I'm looking at an article from The Guardian, right? And then tomorrow I'm looking at an article from like Mother Jones. And then the next day I'm looking at an article from Al Jazeera. And the next day I'm looking at an article from like HuffPost. And I have to just keep grouping. This is so annoying. What the hell? Like every time you open a new thing, you have to group it. Like that's so annoying. What the hell? Why are people allergic to bookmarks? How does bookmarking things solve the problem that the tabs all disappear within each other? What are you talking about? What? Bookmarking doesn't solve that. Are you good, bro? Do people understand what I mean? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Hold up. Wait. This isn't Chrome. This is also not Chrome. What the hell is Firefox doing on my damn computer? Computer. This is not what Chrome looks like for me. What the hell theme are these people using? Okay, I'll just show you guys. I'll open a bunch of tabs and then just take a screenshot to show what I'm talking about. Like, here we go. Yeah, this explains it. Yeah. Hold up, check this out. Like, Chrome has all these little, like, tabs. You see that? You see how it has, like, a little line between the tabs? So when you're clicking on a tab, you can see where the tab starts and stops. Visually, it's just very appealing. Whereas, like, Firefox doesn't have that. It's just kind of like, it just goes to infinity. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys what I mean. Like, this is just kind of ugly. Hold up. I feel like it's something you get used to. Well, yeah, but I'm looking for a solution. Listen, I'm just telling you guys, all of the people who were like, Firefox is great because you can customize everything. I'm like, all right, I'm trying to customize, brother. Where's the customizing? You see what I mean? Like, there's no line in between the tabs. It's just like, oh, are you clicking in this little pixel? Actually, that was you clicking on that tab. Oh, that was that tab. And I looked up a bunch of themes, and I must have installed like 50 themes, and none of them were good. They all did the same thing. That UX makes me angry. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Will you click the icon? Yeah, but when it comes to YouTube videos, the icon is right on top of the press play video, which is annoying. Try Brave. Brave is Chromium. I am not using Chromium. No, I tried this, Chances Poo Pants. It looked visually hideous. It also kind of didn't solve the problem that I wanted. It just makes everything different when you're in one particular tab. It was actually more jarring. I did try this because it was like, these are some popular add-ons that people like. And I was like, okay. I was like, wait, I hate this. So yeah, I'm just looking for like a line in between the tabs that would be cool. That would be nice. That would be cool. Hit Control Tab, but I don't want to do that every time I'm clicking on. What if I can see exactly the tab I want to click on? Anyways, feels like when I tell people Spanish is easier than English. I don't understand. I don't understand. But yeah. Okay. I solved that issue by using vertical tabs. All right, man. Well, if you told me, if I said, that's the equivalent of me saying, I sure am sleepy, and you saying, have you tried meth? Yeah. I got some in a pipe if you want to smoke some meth right now. No, I was thinking more like coffee. Like I was thinking like, I don't know, like maybe some pre-workout or something. No. I don't care that it works. I don't want to do that. All right. Yeah, how about you try staying awake for 5 days straight? How about that? All right, enough of this. Let's watch this clip.
33.
Fucking crushing it.
Right on what it's been. 86%.
Mamdani fucked us!
Much smaller area to begin with. And SBI's running out of opportunities. 86% of the vote right there. Still a quarter of the vote to come. And Chevalier just got a massive, relatively speaking, a massive update in her favor. She just won that last update essentially by 20 points over SBI, meaning district-wide.
Stop. Stop. That's pretty good. All right, that's pretty good. Mamdani fucked us. Why would Mamdani do this to us? Mamdani's making the Democratic Party appealing to people. It's not okay. Not okay. All right, man. Okay, man. Okay, man. Whatever you say, bro. I thought you said you would vote for Epstein if he was a Democrat, man. Then just, why do you have a problem with Mamdani? I don't even understand. Can we make that a sub alert? Dude, that actually would go crazy as a sub alert. Mamdani fucked us. Someone wants to make that clip. That would be so good. I'll probably do it later. All right. Now next. Let's close these tabs. Close. Yes, good. I'm pretty sure Hutch made a bet and lost money. Yeah. Dude has a gambling problem so bad his wife interrupted his stream once to stop him from making more bets. No, you're joking, man. You're joking. Stop. No, stop. Stop.
Unique race, and it's not representative of a national
DNC consultants when a DSA candidate wins a hotly contested congressional primary.
movement within the Democratic Party.
Whoa!
Democrats could learn a thing or two.
DNC consultants when a centrist Democrat candidate under the age of 70 exists. And then there's an asterisk, a Republican.
They paid attention to Lizard Cheney Man out of Eastern bumfuck nowhere land.
That's our guy. That's our guy.
You're looking at the next 40 years of Democratic politics.
We need more candidates who are called Democrats, but act Republican. When I talk to the average Joe in Middletown, USA, they don't want free healthcare. They want to work.
Why are you asking? Why won't Hassan join the DSA officially, Denims? I don't know. Ask him that. Why would I know that?
They want to send their money to Israel. They want to have effectively nothing good. It's abundance. That's what one of the very purple city council seats in Fargo. This guy knows how to talk to voters in a robotic way, but it's cool. We need more candidates like this who are willing to stand up to Trump, but in a vague way, where they don't really commit to anything.
Oh my God, stop. All right. Let me close this stuff. Uh-oh. Wait, sorry, I just saw this. Kind of breaking.
Former Former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton has pleaded guilty to mishandling classified information. Prosecutors accused Bolton of using a personal email account and messaging app to send unauthorized family members documents that contained information classified at levels ranging from secret to top secret. Now he's pleading guilty to one count of retaining sensitive documents. Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas and ABC News legal contributor James Sample are here for more. Pierre, you were in the room for this hearing. What's the latest from court?
Well, it was a somber and very serious moment for the former National Security Advisor, in which he had to admit and did admit that he illegally retained classified information of a national defense nature. The information that he retained was hacked by a cyber actor that the government believes is tied to Iran. And today, the U.S. Attorney talked about the gravity of the situation.
As National Security Advisor to the President of the United States, Mr. Bolton had access to and was responsible for safeguarding the most sensitive national defense information, including classified material. Mr. Bolton knew how to handle classified information, where it should be stored, how it should be stored, and with whom he could share that information. He also knew the damage to national security that could be caused by mishandling that sensitive information.
There was a dramatic moment toward the end of the hearing in which the former National Security Advisor was asked if he had acknowledged and admitted to committing this crime. He said so and said, quote, "I'm sorry for it." Also, when asked how he was going to plead in connection with the single count,
Guys, he's sorry. God, he literally said he's sorry, man. What more do you guys fucking want? Unbelievable. You guys are so ungrateful, man.
simply said guilty.
And James, prosecutors say Bolton has agreed to pay a $2 million fine, do community service, and forfeit his federal retirement pay. What do you make of that deal?
I think that if that is the deal that is ultimately upheld, and it ultimately has to be signed off by the judge in this case, the prosecutor and the defendant have the opportunity to engage in a plea deal, but the ultimate sentencing discretion is still with the judge. But if that, assuming that that is the agreed upon terms and that the judge does confirm those terms when it comes time for sentencing, I think that this is as much of a win as obviously an unfortunate and troubling circumstance can be for somebody in this position, considering what he was facing, Diane. If he had gone to trial and rolled the dice and lost on these charges, he would have been facing the equivalent at his age of 77 of the rest of his life in prison.
Pierre, now the question is whether he will face prison time, jail time. What are you watching for there?
Well, he's negotiating with the government, and right now the two parties have agreed, again, subject to what the judge ultimately decides, because the judge will make the final decision on how long Mr. Bolton will serve, if any time. He faces basically...
Isn't that good? Isn't that nice to see in the news? You know what I like to see when I wake up in the morning? I like to see the newsman say, if he serves time. You can be caught guilty on all charges in the United States. And they'll be like, oh, you know the president? Well, you're free to go. You're free to go.
So in the agreement, a maximum of roughly 60 months in jail or 5 years. So he's looking at months potentially in jail. Obviously, the defense side for him is hoping that he will get a similar situation that former CIA Director Petraeus and some of the others who did not get jail time. That's what they're hoping for. But to be clear, as of right now, he faces months, if not years, in prison, depending on what the judge decides to do.
James, what does the judge need to consider when it comes to the sentencing?
Yeah, they'll enter a phase now known as the PSR, the pre-sentencing report phase, in which the guidelines that Pierre just correctly mentioned that extend up to 60 months in this instance will be considered alongside a number of other factors, such as the lifetime and the fact that this is a first offense, his record of service both to the nation and the government, and the fact of his age, and the fact that he and his team are are the individuals who initially acknowledged and admitted and brought the matter to the government's attention in the first instance. Those are all factors that will weigh in favor of a lower end of that spectrum on the sentence, but it is potentially anywhere from 0 to 60 months.
Pierre Thomas, James Sample, thank you.
No, guys, what you don't understand, all right, is that he's just a young boy, all right? Can I say something crazy? I felt like I was going insane when people were unironically saying Bill Cosby shouldn't go to jail because he's an old man. Am I insane for thinking that? So if you're young, he has his whole life ahead of him. We can't put him in jail. And if you're old, you just say, well, he's an old man. He's going to die any day now. Shouldn't he live his days free? It's like, what? He's gonna die in there. Okay. Well, as an idea, just as a quick little idea, man, we could just introduce prison reform. We could introduce prison reform so that the prisons were safe. And if he dies of old age in prison, I don't know, maybe don't date rape a bunch of women or people. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. By the way, these are also the same people that say they're pro the death penalty but anti-abortion. Yeah. Meanwhile, they won't bat an eye when a young person gets a life sentence for drugs. I mean, literally. But when it comes to the urban youth, it's like, in these states, they just let them, you can do anything and they'll just let you out. They'll just let you out. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Dude, we have like a local chud. Spiritually chud. Let's let people steal with impunity. That will end well. Free range chud. Oh god, dude.
It was a huge primary night in New York last night, but perhaps no race made a bigger splash than New York's 13th congressional district. It's an area that covers Upper Manhattan and parts of the Bronx, where an outsider mounted a challenge against an established member of New York's Democratic establishment and won. For the past decade, New York 13 has been represented by Adriano Espaillat, a man who's heralded as a trailblazer within his community. Before running for office, he broke ground when he challenged black political influence in Harlem and the South Bronx. In 2012 and 2014, he challenged the Democratic incumbent in his district, Charles Rangel, who had been in Congress since 1971. Espaillat lost both times, but finally won in 2016, beating out Rangel's chosen successor after Rangel retired. Espaillat's win was historic. He was the first Dominican-American and the first formerly undocumented immigrant elected to Congress. He was reelected 4 times, currently serving as the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and he's considered the dean of New York Latino politics. But more recently, Espaillat has been criticized for his support for continued U.S. aid to Israel amid its war in Gaza.
Can I say, it's crazy to me that Democrats hate their base so much that they'll just like, they don't care about offending any voter's intelligence. Like they'll be like, excuse me, that man is Hispanic, okay? So I need you to look past him being pro-genocide. Bitch, I don't care. I don't care. I literally, I don't care.
And for the support that he's received from AIPAC and affiliated groups. Last night, Espaillat and fellow New York Congressman Dan Goldman became only the third and fourth Democratic incumbents to lose in the primary this year. Now, the two others were Texas Democrats who were gerrymandered out of their districts. The candidate who unseated Espaillat is Daria Liza Avila Chevalier. She's a 32-year-old Democratic socialist who was recruited to run by Justice Democrats, a group committed to finding progressive challengers to unseat Democrats. Avila
Let's fucking go! Let's go!
Chevalier was one of only 3 congressional candidates endorsed by New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani in this year's elections. And she was his biggest gamble. She didn't have the name recognition or profile of either of the mayor's other hand-picked candidates, the former city comptroller Brad Lander and the New York State Assembly member Claire Valdez. On top of that, Avila Chevalier's internet history threatened to bring down her campaign at various points. Old social media posts from a since-deleted account.
Don't say that the guy looks like Boss Baby. Stop. Dude, can I say, what is his foundation? Because he is smooth. Bro is poreless. I have more pores than this guy. What is he using? Even his fucking, like, his bald ass head is, like, so smooth. You can't even see where the follicles used to be.
Came back to light, including ones in which she advocated for abolishing the police. Some posts sharply criticized Democratic leaders. She once called Joe Biden, quote, a war criminal. And in a 2021 post, she wrote, quote, F Kamala Harris.
Please, please. You don't have to make me like her more. I already like her. Please. Okay? You really don't have to make her sound any cooler. She's already really cool. Okay?
During a debate last week, she apologized to Harris after Espaillat pushed her to do so, and she said that she ultimately voted for Harris in 2024. Journalists also uncovered that she attended a controversial rally in Times Square on October 8, 2023, one day after Hamas attacked Israel. The rally was described as a gathering to show solidarity with the Palestinian people. Others criticized it for condoning the violence that Hamas had just committed, pointing to chants like, quote, resistance is justified when people are occupied. New York's Governor Kathy Hochul called it, quote, morally repugnant. Zoran Mamdani, who was then an assembly member, stayed away. Brad Lander, who is Jewish, condemned the rally and canceled his membership with the Democratic Socialists of America.
Isn't that so sad for him? Isn't that so sad for him? Your new hair looks amazing. Oh, thanks. They really are trying so hard to make me hate her. And all it does is make me love her more. She went to a disgusting rally that was pro-Palestine. That's fucked up, man. That's so fucked up.
After the group posted about it. Avila Chevalier has defended her decision to attend that rally. New York's 13th district is solidly Democratic, so barring any other political shockwaves between now and November, she will be heading to Congress. Daria Liza Avila Chevalier has shown that she can win. Her victory in particular is emblematic of changing tides in the Democratic Party. So now the question is, what will the next chapter of her story and the Democrat story look like? Joining me now is Daria Liza Avila Chevalier, Democratic nominee for Congress in New York's 13th District. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
I'm hoping, because you will be a member of Congress, that we will have many opportunities to have a conversation, which means the first conversation is going to be a little tough to get through because you've now moved from a hot part of the primary where things are really hot into you're going to be the next member of Congress. And everybody's now looking at you and saying, what is that going to look like? Last night, we were on air when you delivered your speech in which you said, quote, the corporate landlords and lobbies who powered our opponent's campaign knew that he didn't represent us in this district. He didn't fight for us. He represented them and he fought for them, end quote. Now, first of all, have you spoken to...
No, speaking the actual truth? Whoa, you can't do that.
To Adriano Espaillat.
Yes, we spoke last night.
Okay. How'd that go? Because there's a rift in your district at the moment, which often happens after a primary.
Chad, I have the controversial opinion. All right, I'm going to say something. And if you don't like it, it speaks more about you than it does about me. I need every woman on the planet to be more smug. Like, I want her to look so much more smug. All right? I love treating your streams like a podcast. I love to hear that. All right. Can we talk about how badass her name is? I know. I know. Make women spug. Gonna find out that that's like a slur. That's like some old slur that means something crazy. Yeah.
I think it was a brief but, positive conversation where he congratulated me and offered support in this transition. And I think New Yorkers deserve that kind of transition, one where we're working together to deliver for them.
You have to do and say things in primaries. And then now you are the actual Democratic Party representative. That's not always the same as being a member of the Democratic Socialists of America. How do you square that?
I think I'm very proud of the campaign that I've run, one where I am presenting the vision that I have for New Yorkers here in this district. And that has always been the vision that I have for them, right? I've been very frank and honest about what that is. And even when folks disagree with my vision, I am very proud to say I will always be honest about my position on things. And even if we don't agree, I will still fight for every single person in my district because that is what they deserve. They deserve somebody who's going to fight to make sure that they have all of the resources that they need to lead a dignified life as New Yorkers. I
think you probably, and at some point we'll be done with this conversation, but you probably want this conversation to go away. But there are the social media posts. You have had derogatory posts about Joe Biden and about Kamala.
No. Oh my God. She didn't like Joe Biden or Kamala. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad about that. I'm really angry about that. Oh. Can I just say, saying fuck Kamala Harris is not derogatory. What? Maybe he's going to show the pose? I don't know.
Kamala Harris. You did apologize for the Kamala Harris one. I guess the Joe Biden one, you did say you called him a rapist. Is that the kind of thing that just because you're sort of a digital native and that you do on the internet, or did you believe that and do you believe that?
I think there was a lot of misunderstandings around where my posts, why they were deleted. I deleted my account many years back because I was focused on returning to organizing and my studies. I was working on a PhD program. And I think often we're asked to really have accountability for folks who have not held political office or have political power, and don't do the same for folks who are in positions of political power. Now, all that to say, I do regret my tweets, and that's something that I think has brought a lot of division, and that's something I regret because
I just want everyone to know I respect her for apologizing because it's what she has to do to, like, at least try and play nice with some of the Democrats. But and really, who amongst us hasn't been caught shit posting? All right. But the fact that she tweeted that, like I said, it's really hard to dislike her, man. Can I just say this entire interview just feels like is this you? Is this you? Most base thing ever. Is this you saying fuck Kamala Harris? Yeah, I said that. I really felt really I felt really bad when I said that the first time. And that's why I deleted it. Because it was bad that I said that the first time. Yeah. And I'm so apologetic. Yeah.
As an organizer, my goal is always to unify our community and deliver for our community. And I think there is this question of why is it that when folks who do not have power political power in this instance are being held accountable for things, we don't also hold accountable folks who do have political power, where the decisions they are making in office every single day have an enormous impact on millions of people in our country, right? And I think for folks who feel...
Dude, literally. Shitposting won't ruin your political career. Correct. Correct. Also, her Kamala tweet was about her being her anti-immigration stance, so just being totally based, huh? Yeah. Sounds about right.
Disempowered. It's important to make sure that we're getting to the heart of where that sense of disempowerment is coming
You actually
from.
said that with respect to your tweet about Kamala Harris. You said that it came from a place of you feeling disempowered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think so many folks in our country feel that they don't have representation that is fighting for them, right? And that was part of why I decided to run, because I felt that abandonment from establishment politics that looks at my community as though it is merely statistics and not people who are worth fighting for, and not the policies that will actually better their lives. And too often we've seen folks go into office and close the door behind them, but what we need is representation that's actually going to listen to the community, hear the frustrations, and open that door and keep it propped open so that everyone can be part of their democracy.
So I want to talk to you because you are part of a group of people who want to hold people in power to account. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk to you about that with respect to Adriano Espaillat, money that has come into that campaign, including money from AIPAC-affiliated groups. But I need to set the context on that first because of this conversation about this rally after October 8th. You have strong beliefs about Israel's targeting of civilians in Gaza, which completely dwarfed what...
Can you believe having strong beliefs? Having strong beliefs about genocide. Everyone should have weak opinions about genocide. Like, I don't know. And maybe. And it's still up in the air. You know, some things are gray. Yeah, that's what I want in a candidate. When I want them to speak about genocide, that's what I want them to say. That's exactly what I definitely don't want them to say genocide is wrong and we shouldn't fund a nation doing a genocide. No, I don't want a candidate to say that. I want a candidate to say it's just really complicated. You know, we send them money, we give them weapons of war, and then they kill a bunch of people. You know, it's just a complicated situation. It's a really nuanced situation, man.
What happened on October 7th. That said, I think I'm going to guess that you agree that innocent civilians shouldn't be targeted by anybody, regardless of the reason or the grievance. And that stands for Israel and that stands for Hamas.
Yeah, of course.
Because people have associated you with being supportive of what Hamas did on October 7th.
No, I've always been very clear that at the core of every one of my values is fighting for human dignity and human life. And Sorry,
really quickly with this chatter. When you say fuck someone, it's derogatory. Just admit that you fucked up. Let's try this out. Fuck Chevalier, does that sound okay? I was just showing how bad it sounds. Like her. She just messed up. You know you can be mean to shitty people, right? Like, you know that, right? Like, if someone said, like, fuck Hitler, you wouldn't be like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's just messed up that you would go that far, right? Or someone said, fuck Nazis. You know, you wouldn't be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. Let's not get too crazy around here. Just admit that you messed up and you were being a little too aggressive. Like, there are some people that use their power, political or monetary, to make the world worse. And you can say, fuck those people. That is your, first of all, freedom of speech. But second, I would argue moral obligation. I would say if you saw Stephen Miller in public, it would be your moral obligation to say, fuck you, Stephen Miller, fuck you. If you see Rick Scott, I think it's your moral obligation to use your freedom of speech and tell them to go fuck themselves. And that they are absolute fucking repulsive pieces of shit. Same thing with, I mean, Randy Fine is like the best example of this. Like, you're supposed to be our public servants, and yet here you are doing nothing but destroying this country. Thank you. Love that. Kamala Harris was nothing as bad as that. I understand what you're saying, but it just sounds bad when you're trying to represent a lot of people. Did you consider, before you decided to come to a conclusion about her statement, did you consider why she made that statement? Hmm? Let me pull it up. Dude, YouTube changed their transcript system and I fucking hate it. Okay, why did she say fuck Kamala Harris? Really quickly, I just want you to recognize the fact that you jumped to conclusions and assumed she didn't have a good reason to and that she should apologize. Just want you to know that for a moment. You didn't immediately ask, what was she saying it in context with? Or like, what was the context of that statement? You assumed that there was no good context and that she shouldn't have said it. That's what you assumed. Beyond that point, let's see.
That I play all the time because it's funny, but it wasn't funny at the time when she was saying it, and that was a moment of frustration for you. And as someone who has voted for Democrats, do you feel like you have every right to express your frustration at the Democratic Party, or should we actually offer unlimited fealty to the Democrats even if they're actually doing things? Yeah.
Wait, here it is.
Speaking of those frustrations, one of the things that Espaillat plastered everywhere that I also was a little worried about, I'm not going to lie, was your core retweeted Kamala Harris telling Guatemalan migrants not to come to the United States of America, where she famously said, do not come. I normally have a soundboard. I don't have it here, but that's like one of the things that I play all the time because it's funny. But it wasn't funny at the time when she was saying it. And that was a moment of frustration for you. And as someone who has voted for Democrats, do you feel like you have every right to express your frustration at the Democratic Party? Or should we actually offer unlimited fealty to the Democrats, even if they're actually doing things that they objectively told us they weren't going to do, like Biden, who ran on a first 100 days of immigration strategy that claimed that they were going to actually do amnesty for undocumented immigrants. Very popular policy position.
Yeah,
by the
no,
way.
I think criticism, we should always be engaging in it where it like is valid, right? Especially when they are saying one thing and then their policy is reflecting something else.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, yeah, I think people, as you grow, you become more articulate, more nuanced in how you say things. I think for me, when I apologized in the debate to Vice President Harris, and I think part of that has a lot to do.
She watches, so if you want to, if you got some more words for her, you can say.
Well, I think for me, that was rooted in not only the fact that like we could have engaged in a conversation that would have landed better. I mean, I also thinking of the fact I was a 20-something-year-old. I didn't think she was looking at my Twitter account. Never thought.
You think she's seen it? She's got to.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, maybe.
How do you think she feels that someone who said fuck Kamala Harris defeated the long-term incumbent?
Yeah. Dude, I know Democrats are mad. Establishment Dems are fucking pissed. The comment was directed to then Vice President Kamala Harris advising Guatemalan migrants to not come to the United States legally. Now, was Kamala Harris wrong for telling those immigrants to not come here illegally? Yes, correct. Yes. Because she's buying into the narrative that the majority of people that are coming into the United States are coming here illegally and destroying our country. She's literally buying into every single MAGA talking point, which is the reason why right-wingers keep getting into office. It's because the Democrats, the establishment Democrats, just keep saying, no, you guys are right. The immigrants that are coming here are the problem. I'm going to adopt every right-wing framework and work within those instead of rejecting the framework entirely and saying, immigrants make this country what it is. This country would be nothing without our immigrants, and we should be making the process easier for immigrants. The reason that they are coming here illegally is because they don't have easy paths to come here legally. Maybe if we made the path to citizenship or made the path to visas or made the path for green cards easier, we would have less people coming in illegally. Also, asylum seekers, those people are not, by the way, and refugees are not illegal immigrants. They would be here legally. But she doesn't do that. She buys into every single right-wing framework and says, yeah, stop coming in here illegally, which convinces right-wingers that they're right about having policy that strengthens our border, which effectively is just attacking every single person that's brown. That sounds weird. No, that's her job. Telling people to obey the law and come here legally. That's literally, what are you talking? That's not the vice president's job. What? The vice president's job is not to tell people to come here. What? That's not the vice president's job. The vice president's job is not to go on stage and say, obey the law. That's not. What? What are you talking about? Maybe her job is like a DA, but maybe you're getting timelines confused. What? What the hell are you talking about, brother? Her job is to express the policy of the administration. That's what she did. Telling people to not come here is not expressing the policy of the administration. Expressing the policy of the administration would be, hey, we will be implementing policies that make it harder for you to immigrate here legally. So not only would her statement not have been what your job description just was, but it's also, both of those things would be still bad. Oh my God, dude. Incredible. Do not come. Do not come. Imagine not understanding why Kamala Harris lost. No one wants Diet Coke when Coke Classic is right there. But like literally. Like literally. If you want Democrats to keep losing, keep doing what you're doing, buddy. If you want Democrats to actually win ever, you need to recognize that buying into the right-wing framework of everything is why Democrats keep losing. That's literally why. This is our last thing. Well, should she say, hey, everyone come here and open the border or what? I already told you what she should say. She should say, it's depressing that we have so many illegal immigrants that have no way to come here legally. We should be improving our immigration standards, and we should be making it easier for people to actually get their papers in this country. That's what I said. Well, I already said that 2 seconds ago. That's what she should be saying.
You know, I think as someone who has been like facing a lot of vitriol and a lot of really like harmful language, and I think also the fact that
I don't know why I clicked this. Sorry. We're in the middle of this. Also, Smokey, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank Rando, thank you so much for the 20 gift subs. Thank you. Session, thank you for the gift sub. Killa, thank you for the prime. Siren, thank you for the 6 months. Olas, thank you for the 7 months. Oh, I already said thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you again, Rando Taco, for the 20 gift subs. Same shirt. Wait a minute. She's a one shirt Andy, just like me. We have so much in common, Chevalier. I don't mean to like alarm you, but we're like so similar.
the reason I was there was at that rally.
Denims' feet.
Razington, thank you for the 5 gifts.
Is because I have been advocating for Palestinian human rights and dignity for most of my adult life. And knowing that historically what we have seen is that whenever there is an incident that happens in the region, there is an outsized reaction, one that costs thousands more people their lives. And that was what I was there to stand against, because it was a pattern that I had seen consistently throughout my organizing and throughout my experience in the region. I was actually in Palestine in 2014 in the West Bank, and I was there at a time where tensions were rising. And I believe it was almost either the day after.
What the hell? Rando Taco, thank you for the 47 gift subs. What the heck? Everyone, if you got gifted a sub, say thank you right now, or Dan Clancy will permanently ban you from the platform. It's actually the rule. If you get gifted more than 1 sub and you don't say thank you, you get perma-banned. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then your house explodes. So, yeah.
The day I arrived, or the day after I got back to the United States, that Israel began bombing Gaza. And over 1,400 or maybe 1,800 folks, people were killed in Palestine, in Gaza at that time. And I remember being home and scrolling through the faces and names of the people who had been killed and feeling completely powerless to do anything about it. People who looked so much like the people I had just left in the West Bank. And knowing that day that we were in a situation where something similar or bigger would come to pass, that was what I was there to stand against.
It wasn't as central an issue in your campaign as it was in the Brad Lander, Dan Goldman campaign. But the AIPAC and AIPAC affiliated money that came in against you was bigger. I mean, it was a lot of money. And you've been very critical of Adriano Espaillat's relationship with Israel and continued acceptance of funding inoffensive weapons. Tell me how that played out.
You know, I have from the very beginning been very critical of the fact that he has taken over $670,000 to his directly to his campaigns from AIPAC. He has taken over $115,000 from ICE contractors, over $250,000 from real estate developers that are pricing people out of our city. To me, at the heart of this is the way that money is a form of accountability and to whom that accountability is to. So the fact that he was taking money from these institutions, from these right-wing lobbies, which is what AIPAC is, it's a right-wing lobby that backs Republicans and Donald Trump, and then also backs...
Betelgeuse, you can't say that during Pride Month. During Pride Month, you're trying to silence lesbian voices. Unbelievable. Another LGBT foe.
Democrats who purport to be progressive while voting time and time again in the interests of institutions like AIPAC. And so I was highly critical of that because I see the impact of that on my community every single day. When you have someone who's taking money from the real estate developers that are pricing us out, and it's no wonder then that in a district that is the second poorest congressional district in the state and by some measures the country, that it is so deeply unaffordable for folks when the rent rises to the average of $4,000 for a 2-bedroom in Harlem or Washington Heights. And so, you know, I think the fact that so much money was poured in, not only directly into his campaign, but also in outside spending, where we saw over $7 million. And we won't know how much of that was AIPAC for a number of days.
A lot of that funding came in after June 10th,
exactly.
Which means nobody has to report it until the next cycle. Donald Trump talked about communists being elected last night. There were 3 of you in the congressional races, and there were 5 people who Zoran Mamdani supported.
The Trump tweet was so good, dude. Or the Trump Truth Social was so good. Let me pull it up.
In state races, all 8 of you won. How do you avoid becoming the ad for Republicans? You know, we've watched Zoran Mamdani, and he's managed it very well. We've watched Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who has managed it very well. She's become a sort of a very policy-centered person. I don't think she's changed any of her views. How do you navigate this road? Because now you are You are a member of the Democratic delegation. You will be a member of the Democratic delegation, and you're going to appear in all sorts of people's ads, all sorts of Republicans' ads to say, this is what you're going to get.
It's such a stupid fucking question. Oh, yeah? Well, a bunch of people are going to call you a communist. It's like, dude, they called Nancy Pelosi a communist. They called Kamala Harris a communist. Okay, free promo, girl. Like, what? I don't. It's so stupid. Oh my god. Denims, have you tried Oikos? They're so good. Much better than muscle milk. Well, I don't think this is muscle milk. This is like the Fairlife Core Power. And the problem with the Oikos is that I'm a fat fucking chud, so they're not filling at all, so I could eat like 40 of them. Like, I could just like straight chug 40 of them, and I feel like I drank water. Honestly, it's somehow less filling than water, so I can't buy them anymore. I was having those, then I was realizing that my calorie intake was fucking insane, and I was like, uh-oh. These aren't filling. Uh-oh.
If you vote for the Democrats, a communist.
You know, I think that
this is what delegation, and you're going to appear in all sorts of people's ads, all sorts of Republicans' ads to say, this is what you're going to get if you vote for the Democrats, a communist.
You know, I think
based alert? Hello, base department?
that framing is one that I've
Contra, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Is that a promise? Do you pinky promise?
Been very proud to be able to say I don't respond to. One in which I have been very intentional to say I won't be reactive. We are presenting a vision of what we're fighting for. And
Can I just say, it's good to talk about optics, and it's good to focus and dial in on optics. And optics has a place. But if we're talking about the optics of what bad faith agents will do, who gives a shit? Like, Fox News is going to call anyone who is to the right of, Fetterman, a communist. It's a statement that has no meaning. Why would you appeal to Fox News or Fox News viewers? They're going to call you a communist anyways. Shouldn't you just have good policies then? Just have good policies, forehead. And if you have good policies, who cares about everything else? So did I say to the right of? I meant to the left of Fetterman.
I think for far too long, we have had politics that is reactive to what.
This is so funny. Mayor Mamdani pulled through 3 solid communists. He has received loud and universal applause from the fake news media. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. I went 16-0 last night, helping to elect wonderful American patriots, and the media doesn't say a word. Over the last 2 years, my endorsements have netted 259 primary wins, almost no losses, with 0 media attention. Okay, first of all, I gotta say, you're the president, brother. She came down in a bubble. Like, yeah, no shit, the president's endorsement is gonna have a little bit more reach than a mayor. Just really fast, okay? You have the national stage, brother. But, this is what I mean. Like, he's gonna call everyone a communist. Who cares? Like, why would you do that? The communists are finally making their move. I've been waiting and preparing for this for a long time. It's easy to be a communist. All you have to do is say, I'll give you everything. But that means you're taking it away from others that have earned it. Yeah, for sure. Elon Musk definitely earned his $1 billion. Over thousands of years, that ideology has not worked once. He literally said China made communism work. Well, Trump, China, communism worked. Where's the clip of him saying it? Maybe it was socialism. I thought it was communism. Where is it? I'm trying. Someone in here has seen the clip that I'm talking about. Maybe I hallucinated this clip. Maybe this clip doesn't exist. Maybe this clip doesn't exist. Not sure if China's even communist. No, that's not what we're talking. We're not talking about whether or not it is. We're talking about whether or not Trump said that. And Trump did say that. I'll see if I can find it, but let's keep watching. I'll try and pull up the clip while we're watching.
Republicans are doing. What we need is Democrats who are actually going to present a positive vision, one that sets the tone for what we should be talking about, which is the issue of affordability, which is the issue of how our budgets are moral documents.
Here it is. He said it was socialist. Here it is. Trump, China and its socialism system shouldn't work in theory, but it does work. I've never seen socialism shouldn't work on paper, but does work in practice.
I must say I respect China greatly because it's amazing that with a system that in theory shouldn't work, you know, we go to school and we go to the best business schools and we do well in those schools and we read about free entrepreneurship and we read about all of these different things. But you look at China, how well they do, how well they manufacture. I mean, they manufacture cars so many that they actually have a contest for who can manufacture the least cars because they have so many cars. You have to have great respect for China for the job they do. Like them or not like them, you have to respect them.
You know, I never thought I would live long enough to see people switch from communism and socialism work in theory, but not in practice, to they shouldn't work in theory, but then they do work in practice. Oh, God, dude. America works because we have a good mix of capitalism and socialism. Okay, guys, for people who haven't been here for a very long time, I need to tell you guys something, all right? I have a secret third rule, which is if you're a funny chatter, you're allowed to be here for free. But if you're annoying, you have to sub. You have to sub. All right? That's the rule. Okay? I'm sorry, it's the truth. If you're funny, if you lurk, if you know how to have a good time, by all means, enjoy yourself for free. However, if you're as annoying as this chatter, you have to sub or I ban you. Capitalism is where we get money to make our socialized systems work. Okay, and I'm going to do a capitalism to make the socialism work right now. You have to sub right now, chatter, or I have to ban you. Okay, that's capitalism. That's socialism through capitalism. But actually, if you don't sub in the next 5 minutes, no one is allowed to gift a sub, all right? If you don't sub in like a minute or two, I'll give you 5 minutes. I will ban you. Okay, I'm sorry. It's tough. I just want you to I want to show you how your system, socialism through capitalism, does in fact work. All right? All right. And just because I'm taking you off the screen, don't think you get to sneak some more messages in. If you send another message, you will be banned. All right? All right. Continuing. Let's finish this video.
If we say that we want to invest in working people in this country, then we need to do that, and our budgets need to reflect that. If we say that we value immigration and immigration justice, we need to make sure that that is also reflective in our policy. And so I'm very proud of a campaign that we built that centers those ideals, that centers those values and that vision for what we need as a community. And that's how I'll continue to move forward in Congress. And I think that for far too long, this reactive conversation of what we should be afraid of has prevented us from being able to have a politics of hope and a politics of life that Democrats can actually identify with. When the majority of the Democratic base has been seeking for the Democratic Party to actually fight for them, that should be the language that we should be leading with.
Thank you for joining us.
Isn't it also crazy that, like, the Democrats finally have candidates that are liked by the voters? And the Democrats are like, no, not like that, though. Yeah, no, not like that. No. No. So you threaten me because you disagree and can't stand to hear my opinion? You clearly haven't run into the people in here who are right and annoying. You ever talk to a vegan? Have you ever spoken to a vegan? Because some of them are very correct, and it makes them more annoying. Being annoying is not a matter of right or wrong. It's just a matter of being annoying. It's pretty simple. I don't care that I disagree with you. You're annoying when you're doing it. What the hell, girl? Why pick on us right now? No, it's very simple. If you make everybody else suffer, you pay a tax. Think of it like a tariff, all right? It's the annoying tariff. Yeah, this no. Dude, this is like a core memory for me, Betelgeuse. Ad hominem. Dude, I straight up don't like or respect you as a person. Dude, I love that tweet, man. Oh my god. But seriously, since somebody else gifted you a sub, even though I said not to, you have to gift somebody else a sub. I'll give you, it's 9:57. I'll give you till 10 a.m. All right? You got it. You got 10 a.m. All right? Okay, go for it. And then once the bell strikes 10, or if you send a lot more annoying messages, but. All right, let's continue. Where were we? Oh, right. I wanted to show you guys this. I don't know how many of you guys saw this. You guys know I need to give you guys the updates on the reflecting pool.
They should be kissing Denims' feet.
I have to. C-Mock, thank you for the 5 gift subs. What the hell? Thanks. I have to give you guys the reflecting pool updates. Wait. Yesterday, Trump spoke about it.
The mullet rolls are gone, people.
Oh my god, thanks, guys. Wait, what the fuck? Rando Taga, thank you so much for the 50 gift subs. What? Thank you. Sirzin, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs. John Brown, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Inkling, thank you for the gift sub to Bernie Sanders. Thank you, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you. Thanks, guys. What the heck?
They should be kissing Denims' feet.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. All right. Where were we? Hold up. Right, it was here. Check this out. You guys are going to love this. You guys are going to love this. All right. Let's go.
That means money. You hear that? It just started when I started speaking, so I guess they probably don't want to hear. So tonight we have a very...
Ooh, tough luck. It's 10 a.m., buddy. Sending you off, man. Goodbye, little buddy. Too annoying to continue chatting. Saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Smallest violin. Oh, Anna, think of the gift sets of the majority report. What the heck? Thanks. Well, if you want to get unbanned, just gift some subs. Easy. Easy life hack, easy strat. But that offer is only valid today. There's a one-time coupon voucher. Never been offered before. $6 too rich for a capitalist, bro. True, man. Bro said socialism through capitalism, but didn't want to live through his beliefs, man. What the heck? Isn't that fucked up, chat? All right, continuing.
Special group of people. It's called farmers, ranchers, and the people that I love. I love you all. A special, special group.
I love all of you, especially the big, strong men in the crowd. I see all of you. You're so big. You're so strong.
And I want to welcome you to the Rose Garden Club, which is a special place. We just...
He looks shittier every day. It's crazy. Big Boy Santos, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Stevie Cats, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Anon, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs as well. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Developed it, really. This used to be grass and it was unusable. And I have my friend over there. Did I do a good job in the office with you today? Did I make you satisfied? Huh? He's a good man. We've dealt...
But did I satisfy this good, strong man? Did I satisfy you? Oh, you looked very satisfied earlier.
Successfully together for a long time.
Is this actually even Trump? His hair looks gray as fuck, and he looks way less orange. What drugs are they pumping into him? He's starting to look like a normal white person again, dude. What are they doing?
Oh, that's so much better without that noise. Thank you very much for turning that stupid machine off. But I want to welcome you to the Rose Garden Club. It's an incredible place. And this used to be grass, beautiful grass, but it was useless. You couldn't stand it. It was always wet. You know, this used to be a wetland, and the grass was wet. If it rained 7 days before, the grass was soaking wet.
What?
And we'd have reporters there. Female reporters would be holding their shoes like this, destroyed, ruined. Men.
What the fuck is he talking about? I like the solution to your heels getting muddy is to take them off and then put your feet in the mud. Like, what? Everyone knows grass and water destroy shoes. Everyone knows this.
And too, so we finally, after about 150 years, we decided to do something about it. And we put a beautiful stone that matches the White House, and people are loving this whole experience. We never had experience like this. We never had tables. We couldn't do anything.
We've never had tables.
We never had press conference. Now we use it for pretty much everything. It's one of the most active places in the White House. And we're delighted to be joined by some of the hardest working, most dedicated patriots in our country. That's called the American farmers. We have great, great, incredible people.
Bro is literally just yapping. He's literally just yapping.
And I love you for a different reason. I think I get about 98% of your vote. At least. We're trying to figure out who the other 2% were. But the country was founded by farmers. 250 years later, you are the growers, the ranchers, the agricultural producers, and you
feed growers. Oh, they're not showers, I guess.
Feed the nation, and you power the entire world. And tonight I want to just say thank you, and that's why you're here.
Makes sense.
You're at this very incredible place called the White House, and really, I have a great respect for you people. You built America. You really did. You feed it, and you built it, and you're unbelievable people, and thank you very much. Earlier today in the Oval Office, it was my honor to sign an executive order directing federal agencies to accelerate agricultural innovations that give farmers and ranchers the necessary resources to ensure American crops are the healthiest and the most abundant and the most affordable. And we're always working for the farmer. We want to make it better and easier for you, a lot easier for you.
Now, if you work with cows and beef, however, we will be introducing screwworm into all of the beef. I think it adds a little extra protein. I've heard really good things about Screwworm from RFK Jr. We will be introducing that. It's very innovative. I'm hearing from my best men, my strongest men. It's really good for you. We're putting it into all of the meat.
We're pleased to be joined tonight by Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins, and Brooke is a friend of mine. And
what the fuck is Screwworm? Is that an American thing? It's about to be.
talk all the time about affordability because when we came in, prices were through the roof, and you see they're coming down very fast, Brooke. Good job. You know, eggs, I think, were 4 times higher than they are right now. And it was my first day in office, and we had a news conference, and the fake news, which is around here someplace, there they are. They're always around someplace, unfortunately. But the fake news said, eggs, why are they so high? I said, what do you mean? Explain to me what's going on with eggs. They're 4 times. They were so high, like at a record high. Now, I was only there for 1 day. And I said, I've only been here for 1 day. Give me a break. And now Brooke went, we worked very hard on it. And they're actually at a very low price right now. So it's really great. People are eating a lot of eggs. But Brooke Rollins.
What the fuck is he talking about? Bro just speaks in a series of non sequiturs. Oh my god, dude. Wait. Hey guys, really quick question. 4 days ago, flesh-eating screwworm found in Texas calf as ranchers brace for possible spread. If you're a farmer, I love you very much. I love you so much, all the beautiful farmers out there. If you're a rancher, eat shit and die. I fucking hate you. I hate the ranchers in this country. I hope you make no money. I hope you do nothing but lose. But the farmers, I love you guys. I love the farmers. Continues.
Has done a fantastic job. We have our Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent. He's central casting. I say he's totally central casting, right? He's a great guy. He's done a good job.
Also, by the way, fertilizer prices are higher now because of Iran. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're good. It's not like you need fertilizer for farming. Like, I've played Stardew Valley. The fertilizer just makes it grow faster. Like, you don't need it. You know what I mean? You can just, like, put the seeds in the dirt. And then if you give it, like, 4 days, you should get some radishes. So, like, I guess if you really want, like, the gold star or, like, the iridium quality, you can get the fertilizer. But, like, you don't need the fertilizer is not needed. You know what I mean? We don't need... And everybody knows video games are exactly like real life. They're exactly the same. So, yeah. Nobody needs fertilizer. And RimWorld fertilizer doesn't even exist. Exactly. Because it's proven by science. And by science, I mean, especially when rotating crops like all farmers do. Yeah.
How's our economy doing, Scott? Pretty good, huh? Right through the roof. It's potentially, I think we have almost $19 trillion being invested. As an example, Sleepy Joe Biden, his administration, you know what it had? Less than $1 trillion for 4 years investment in the country. We have $19.2 trillion for 12 months. It's a big difference. And you see that all the factories being built all over the country. You will never have seen this, and you may never see it again. I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like it. We have our Secretary of the Interior, Doug Burgum, who's another star. He's a big star. He's helping me with all the fountains and all the statues all over Washington, and they're really looking good. We caught some people vandalizing our beautiful reflecting pool. We have the reflecting pool. They took a cutter, a box cutter or something very sharp. And can you imagine, where did these people come up with this? And they threw a little fertilizer in the water, which is not good. Fertilizer doesn't go well with water. Clear, beautiful water doesn't work well.
Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. Wake me up inside. And the Vandals, the left-wing Vandals, they brought fertilizer. They brought fertilizer and they're sprinkling the fertilizer, and the fertilizer is not good. It's not good for the pool. I cannot believe it. The Antifa agents, they came, maybe funded by Soros, I don't know. And they came and they put the fertilizer in the water, and they took some box cutters and they I love the idea of like a guy showing up with a backpack of fertilizer and only a box cutter and just cut the pool for fun and then threw the fertilizer in the pool.
But they caught him. They actually caught him, and those guys have some problems ahead of them. But they did some damage. But it looks beautiful. I just looked at it, Doug, and it looks beautiful. And they're going to fix it. They cut the bottom with a knife and pulled it and tried to do it as much damage as possible.
Have you guys tried doing things underwater? I don't think you can pull the paint off. It's pretty difficult to do what he's talking about. Also, no one saw this. No one saw this. No one saw a guy show up with a box cutter for like 200 yards and then grab the paint and pull it. Oh, you actually can, but you need a paint puller offer knife. Dude, why am I so fucking stupid? I didn't even think about the paint puller offer knife. Dude, I'm fucking idiot. God damn it. You want to guess how many cameras are set alongside the reflecting pool, but there's no evidence? Well, you have to understand Biden removed all the cameras, all right? Next question.
But these are sick people, but none of them are in the farming community. You're lucky. If you did have, you wouldn't put up with them very long, I don't think. But Secretary of Health and Human Services, and most people don't know this man. He's a very high-quality person. He's very brilliant, very difficult. Sometimes he gets a little difficult to handle, but he's just a man that nobody knows, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Nobody has any idea who he is. Nobody has any idea.
What?
No, he's very popular.
Oh, okay. I think he's joking around.
He just wants people to be healthy, and he loves the farmers.
Oh,
Bobby, right?
they dropped the fertilizer from a really tall building miles away, and the wind did the rest, and they calculated the swampification of the pool. Dude, these fucking terrorists in our country are so crafty. Of course.
Farmers.
It was a fertilizer drone strike. Oh my God.
And CMS Administrator Dr. Mehmet Oz, who's great. Who's a great man. Thank you, Mehmet. Thank you. Dr. Oz. Thanks as well to Will. We have a lot of...
No, bro, he botched the prep work, didn't clean the surface area right. The paint wasn't going to stay, and then especially pouring hydrogen peroxide in. Nice metaphor for how they go about shit. Are you really trying to sit here and tell me that he would lie? That President Donald Trump, 38 felon, President Donald Trump, that this man would lie? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I just don't believe you, you know? Like, I just don't. I don't believe you. Get real, buddy. All right, I understand you have Trump derangement syndrome, but like, grow the fuck up, all right?
A lot of governors and senators here. I won't introduce all of them. Some of them I don't like, so I'm not going to introduce the ones that... And some of them I like a lot. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is here. Jim, where are you? Jim, thank you, Jim. Nice to see you. Senators John Bozeman and John Hoeven, Roger Marshall, Joni Ernst. Where are you guys? I'm having dinner with a couple of you. Hi, fellas. Representatives Austin Scott, Celeste Malloy, thank you very much. Are real farm people. They are at the top. They're always calling me about the farmer, along with Joni. Oh. And we also have with us President of the American Farm Bureau, Zippy Duval. I've known Zippy for a long time. Zippy, he is a Zippy. He's amazing. Thank you very much, Zippy. It's good to see you. You look good.
It's on Tubo.
Under the last administration, Sleepy Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats, I changed the name. It's dumb. I will probably always, until they become reasonable, I'll use a U instead of an E. It's very simple. Most people don't know there's a B in dumb, so it's a very simple change. I take out the E and I put in the U, and they're Democrats because their policies are so dumb. So that came out a little while ago, and they hate the farmer too. So you know that they hate you. You know that, don't you? Anyway, the Democrats, they gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country, 48 years to be exact. And they crushed farmers with the burdensome restrictions. In my first term, we had an agricultural...
It feels like watching a child show their fucking, like, macaroni art. And they're like, and then I put the macaroni in a heart because I wanted to show I love my mom. And then I put my mom in the middle because it's for her, for my mom. And then I put the letters MOM, but with the macaroni because it was for my mom. It's like, that's what I feel like I'm watching. Like, I call them Democrats. A lot of people don't know dumb is with a B, but I call them Democrats. I removed the B. I call them Democrats. Huh?
Trade surplus. Biden took that surplus and turned it into a...
Sorry, can we talk about Zippy DeVell? I have nothing to say about Zippy. I have nothing to say about Zippy, okay?
A $50 billion agricultural trade deficit. We had a big surplus with the farmer, and he took it in. I couldn't believe it. I was watching it happen with the rigged election, and he turned it into a $50 billion trade deficit. We had a deficit in agriculture, the worst we've ever had under Biden. He failed to negotiate a single trade deal on your behalf during a 4-year period. That's because he had no idea where the hell he was. And in his last year, farm bankruptcy rose to the highest levels ever, more than 55% up. One of the things I did for the farmers, I don't know if we get to it, but in the great big beautiful bill, so many farmers, they love their children and they want to leave their farm to the children, and the children love the farm, and they don't want to move into the big city because they're very smart. They want to stay in the farm, but a lot of the farmers are cash rich, and in some cases, and others are really land rich. And the ones that are land rich were having a little problem. They'd leave their farm.
I don't think children yearn for the farms, actually.
Farms, and their children would have to go out and borrow a lot of money.
To be fair, I do think Trump spends a lot more time around children than I do. I spend about none of my time around children. And when I am spending time around children, it's because I'm at a family or friend gathering and the children are there against my will. So admittedly, I spend next to none of my time around children, and he spends a lot of his time around children. So he might actually know more than me, admittedly. I don't know a lot about what children like. So, yeah.
To pay the estate tax or the death tax, a nasty tax, and it would be...
what does this mean? Glad you're not seeing you're a man? What? Oh. Elaborate.
Like 55, 60% in some cases, and they'd end up losing the farm. They'd go out, borrow the money, and the banks would end up owning the farm, and they did terrible things to themselves. It'd be, you know the story, it's a terrible thing, but there'd be suicides. They lost their farm, it was taken away. And I ended in the great big beautiful bill, the death tax on farms and small businesses. So if you like your children, good. If you don't like your children, I would say leave the farm to somebody else. Does anybody here not like their children? Please raise your hand.
I'll take them. I'll take them. If you don't like your children, I will take them. I've got a great island. Place. I can take them. Anyone here? Anyone? Any children? Any children? No? No children? I think I see a taker.
Nobody. That's good. I've never, with all the times I've said that, I've never seen anybody raise their hand. Although there's some cases, I'm sure, where they don't. But you don't have the estate tax to pay now, so you.
Dude, why is it that these people self-report so badly? I mean, you shouldn't be around children, seeing that you're a man. Surgery for that huge Adam's apple and manly, raspy voice. Just want to say, what a crazy self-report that men shouldn't be around children. Oh. That's crazy that you said that out loud, man. That's a crazy thing for you to say. But sure, man, you want to self-report that. Go for it. You can do that as much as you'd like. Damn, I'm a man? Dude, could you tell that to my fucking period? I don't want that shit anymore. Could you let my uterus know that I'm a man? I don't need that shit, man. Could you tell that? Could you please communicate directly? I'm begging, please. I would love for that, man. Please.
Children can live happily ever after, and they can enjoy being a farmer, and they can enjoy doing what they love to do. But now you have a president that fights for the American farmer, and after years of getting ripped off by other countries on trade, we've reduced the agricultural trade deficit just this year by 42%, opening markets to the American.
It turns out when Denim said HOGWATCH, she meant we have to watch her hog. Hey, can you watch this thing for me? Yeah, I'll come back for it later. Yeah, if you could just watch it for me. Did that noise come off the screen? Yeah, could you watch this for me? Thanks.
American exports, and all over the world we're opening up markets for the farmers. We have another one, a new market coming up, and that's called the lovely country of Iran. It's a beautiful place. Would anybody like to go there? The Islamic Republic of Iran, they're having a hard time with food, and we're going to be taking some of their money and we'll spend it, and we're going to be buying wheat, soybeans, and corn, a lot of it. And that process is going to be starting pretty soon. It's going to be pretty big, too. I think it's going to be very big. We have an expanded market, dairy in Europe, and the dairy market, as you know, in Europe, we've opened it up because they had it closed. In Asia, South America, Australia is now allowing U.S. beef into its market for the first time in more than...
Oh, free screwworm. Yay! Free screwworm. Free screwworm. Oh. Oh my God.
In 25 years, and China is committed to purchase at least $17 billion in U.S. agricultural products, in particular soybeans. So I just left President Xi 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he's agreed to purchase $17 billion worth of mostly soybeans and different things, but mostly soybeans. I terminated the insane electric vehicle mandate, where they wanted your tractors within 5 years to be all electric. That's just what you want, is an electric tractor. Would anybody like an electric tractor? Because typically it's not the greatest. You run out of fuel. If you're out in the field someday and you're running a little low on juice, you'll never get it started. You might as well abandon it. So ridiculous. But I ended the electric vehicle mandate, which would have gutted the ethanol industry forever. And I saved your ethanol industry, and I think everyone knows.
But can't that just happen with gas? What does he think happens when your car runs out of gas? Yes, when there's no more power in your car, you need to put energy back in the car. Yeah. Okay. No, you just buy a new car.
Knows that. Maybe nobody more so than Joni and some of the great senators that we just mentioned.
Senator Marshall has been calling me all the time. Oh, you got to save the ethanol. So we did, right? We did. We saved it. We saved it. So it's very important. And the Democrats don't even know what ethanol is. We eliminated unnecessary restrictions on sales of E15. And I made it clear that I will sign a bill allowing E15 all year round. And that was something that was very important to the farmers. I also repealed the Biden administration's ridiculous Waters of the United States. So it sounds so beautiful. The waters of the United States. It sounds so beautiful. The waters of the United States. It's a killer. It absolutely destroyed you and your businesses. Had a good name and everything else was bad. When I did that, I said, I'm going to be killed by the fake news media with this one. I'm destroying the waters of the, think of that, the title. And when I did it, I was surrounded by farmers when I signed it. And half of them were crying. They said, you've saved our business, sir. Pretty amazing, right? We passed the largest tax cuts in American history and made the small business tax deduction permanent, benefiting 98% of farmers and ranchers to help keep your family farms in good shape. But it was a fantastic thing that we did for the farmer. I took a lot of heat because sometimes there is a group of people that are the exact opposite of the farmers, and what's good for the farmers is not good for them. But I am pro-farmer. I will tell you right now, I am pro-farmer. And yesterday we also called on...
Everyone he meets is always crying, but he always seems to think it's a good thing. I met this wonderful woman the other day. She was crying and sobbing, but she said she was having a great time. After I asked her, you have to tell me, are you having a great time right now or I kill you? Can you please tell me?
Congress to pass a supplemental funding bill that will provide $11 billion in relief towards specialty crops and helping our...
Hey kids, I hope you're feeling strong for today's water wars skirmish. Why did we do this? Well, there was once a very strange thing called money. Are we not going to watch Dean Vape Withers Jubilee? Is a crazy sentence. I kind of want, I still did want to watch it. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not going to lie. I did still want to watch it, but.
Great agricultural producers.
It's not a vape. It's an anxiety fan. Hey, so what flavor is your vape?
Bound from the losses that they had due to the Biden administration's...
I did see his clip where it was like, actually maybe I could just show it to you guys. It was a clip about him talking about abortion, and it got conservatives so fucking mad, and it's like, well, what's the problem? Not gonna lie, the Dean Jubilee is a banger. See, guys, sometimes when I suggest we watch Jubilees, you guys should just trust me, because I pick the good ones. I suggested the Dave Rubin one, everyone's like, no! And it was good. And I suggested this one, but then I got, like, my stream kept fucking crashing. I know, I can spot the good ones. Was he not doing a bit in the vape clip? No, he was, but it's a funny bit. So. Wait, what was I gonna look for? Chat. You guys distracted me. It's not my fault I have ADHD, it's your fault. Can we watch the clip of the girl that keeps calling in and singing We Are Charlie Kirk? You mean this one?
We are Charlie.
Okay, she was about to start playing the piano. I bet that you were going to kill it, low-key. Welcome into Sport Trump.
We are Charlie Kirk.
Pretty impressive vocals, but those are now two bands, back-to-back.
We are Charlie Kirk.
No
we
fucking
carry the flame.
No fucking way.
We'll fight for the gospel.
I vetted your account.
His name.
She has posts dating like 2 weeks back about how she's MAGA. Photos of her fishing. Photos of her.
I've donated to you like 20 times.
Thank you.
Charlie
And you are banned. Welcome into Sport Trump. Rosie.
We are Charlie Kirk.
And you are banned.
To the people saying that's AI, it's like, dude, you guys can't spot the AI. She's clearly singing it differently every time. And then also she just kind of went off on that time.
I can't hit that high note like you. Yes, Marilyn loaded up in the box. And you are also banned because I don't really want this shit today. Seeing if you support Trump.
We are Charlie Kirk.
She's a fucking Trump supporter.
Oh, God. All right. What I was going to show you guys, though, is this. I'm genuinely shocked by the number of people that think that this is like controversial, I guess.
Because I think it's a permissible action, I therefore don't see any good reason to infringe on a woman's bodily autonomy in the legal prevention of her access to abortion. Therefore, it's a human rights violation.
So you don't understand that it's like killing, you don't think it's killing a human being?
No, I do.
And you're okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't
You
see
don't
anything
think that we
morally wrong
should
with it.
focus more on preventable measures?
Because I think it's a permissible action.
I'm going to say this. I don't know why people find this to be controversial. Even if, at best, in the best case scenario of an abortion, especially first trimester abortions, which are the majority of abortions, at best, it's like a clump of cells. A fetus is not a baby. It's not alive, right? It does not approach the threshold for sentience for us to feel like you are killing a person. At the worst, I will value and prioritize the person who exists today, who is carrying the cells, than this potential child. So even at the worst, if it is a human and you are killing that human, I think that the person's bodily autonomy still overrides that. I'm sorry. It overrides that. The person who exists today, their life and their choices and their bodily autonomy is more important. We carry the cells is crazy. Stop. It's just like, it's so open and shut. And there already exists a mechanism that prevents people from treating that decision lightly, considering that being pregnant is not like a fun activity that you can just do for fun. You know, like women aren't just getting pregnant for fun and then like 8 months later being like, yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm ready for another, my punch card says if I get a third trimester abortion this month, I get a froyo. I get a free froyo. Like, this is already a non-problem in terms of if you care genuinely about human lives. This is already a non-existent problem. Like, women are already getting abortions in the first trimester overwhelmingly. And I think it's like 99 point, I don't even know how many nines, percent of abortions in the third trimester are for the health and safety of the mother or the child. Or like, it's instances where it's like it's a non-viable pregnancy. And again, I think it's a crazy thing to say, yeah, you're carrying this child or this fetus that will be born and will only live for a few hours. And I don't want to have a system that allows you to not have to spend a longer period of time suffering for no reason. Seems kind of cruel, actually. Seems like a decision that, I don't know, the person carrying the child should make. As an idea. So crazy, right? So crazy. The shit I would do for a free froyo, though. No, that's clearly a decision for the old fucks running the show. So true. So I just don't. The other thing too is, man, if you speak to like, this is a crazy idea, women, all of the women that I've spoken to, and honestly, there are videos on the internet, you can go and watch them. Nobody wants to have an abortion. Like, there is not a person that wants to have an abortion. Like, it's not, no one is like, ooh, this would be cool and enjoyable, exciting, fun. It's not like riding like a roller coaster where it's like, oh, this will be a fun 5-minute experience. Also, just want to throw out there, grief and regret are not the same. It's like, girl, I can barely schedule a dentist appointment. Yeah, it's so true. It's so fucking true, man. So true. The people I know who've had it found the entire process so traumatic they can barely talk about it. Well, I think for a lot of women, especially who want kids, but have gotten abortions in their life, it's a very stressful decision because, you know, the idea is, oh, well, if I don't have this kid now, maybe I will never get the chance in the future. Maybe it'll never be a right time. And like, maybe I shouldn't get an abortion or something. I feel like for people like me, maybe it's a little bit easier mentally because I don't want kids at all. And I've never wanted them. And I feel like I keep hearing like, no, it'll change. And it's like, nothing has changed. My desire to have children has only gone down, actually. But I can imagine that for the women who do want children, which there are a lot of, by the way, having an abortion is traumatic because they want kids. And you have the potential to have one now, but it's just not the right time. So it's like, one chatter said, I don't want kids. I've had an abortion. Do not regret it. I still grieve over it. It's been like 15 years since. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even the people who don't want kids, it's still like, even if you're only talking about physical trauma, like, what the hell? So this is already kind of like a problem that doesn't need to be fixed. Like, no one is just, all of the abortions that are occurring, none of them are occurring without any respect for life. So like, I don't know, it's just crazy to me. I feel like even at worst, even if you think like that fetus is a child and it's a human being and you're killing a human being, I think that people's bodily autonomy and the person who is alive now, who is carrying those cells, has a greater priority for living the way that they want to live over a potential child existing. Like, it's just so insane. It's so crazy. I like the, and then they always think that this is like the end all be all argument where they're like, well, you're killing a child. What if that's what's happening? It's like,
be kissing Denims' feet.
Okay. I'm not going to value the life of like a potential child that might be born over the person carrying the child. That's so insane to me. That again, it's like, it just doesn't change anything for me. Bumblebee Tuna, thank you for the 5 gift subs. What the heck? Thanks. Wait 1 second. Let me pull this up. There's something else I was going to show you guys. We are Charles. I don't have the voice of an angel. Sorry, chat. Someone linked this in chat. I saw this earlier.
Yeah, sure. Awesome.
I love you.
Cheers, man. Fuck. I'm sorry, by the way. I didn't mean to call you a man. I did not mean to do that.
I don't mind.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about that. But have a lovely night. Yeah, sure.
Bro is kind maxing. Bro is kind maxing. W. By the way, it's that easy to not be transphobic, man. You know the other thing too? I'm going to say something that might be controversial. But I feel like it's not controversial, but I feel like it is controversial. I feel like it's very clippable, but I feel like it's not controversial at all if you know what I'm talking about. I feel like the internet has a lot of people on it who are varying levels of mentally ill. Okay? And the people in society who are extremely mentally ill to the point where they're like hermits, like, and I'm not talking about mild mental illness, I'm talking about like you are a full-blown like incel, right? The most mentally ill people are online. Because if you're dealing with severe mental illness and it's like to the point where it's debilitating, interacting with other people outside is very difficult. Interacting with people low-key is kind of stressful. I don't know if you guys know that. It is low-key stressful. So I think a lot of people, regardless of whatever group you belong to, are more mentally ill when you see them on the internet than if you see them anywhere else, right? And they're usually the most insufferable people. Not always, and there's obviously like I've made lots of friends on the internet. Most of my friends, I think, that I still have today, I made them on the internet. What was I trying to say? Right. And that's kind of like across the board. Like among white people, the most mentally ill white people are probably on the internet, right? Like if you're dealing with debilitating mental illness that impedes your ability to socialize with other people, you're going to be on the internet. The most mentally ill women are going to be on the internet. The most mentally ill men are going to be on the internet. That's just going to apply to every group, which is why you see so many like angry people on the internet that are just like, they don't even exist. They don't even have any joy in their life. Like everything is black or white. There's no gray. And you like talk to people out in the real world that like socialize and go outside and you realize this is what interactions look like, right? This is what like most interactions look like. I said all this to say, I feel like there's like this really annoying, it pisses me off, because I see it also with like men and women, but it pisses me off when it's like you see the most annoying people on the internet and some of them happen to be trans. But it's probably just that the people on the internet are just annoying, regardless of the fact that they're trans. And when you go out in the real world and you talk to people who are used to interacting with lots of people and you just deal with the fact that everyone's kind of gray and, you know, you're not going to agree with everyone on everything in any single way or in every single way. This is just what the interactions are like. And I feel like if people went out in the world and were just normal, you would find that everyone else is too. Like, I feel like there's like this idea, it pisses me off, where it's like, oh, trans people want to like make you do exactly what they want and they want you to respect them by using every pronoun correctly, no matter what the pronoun is, even if it's zim or whatever. And if you don't do that, they will kill you. They will do surgery on you in real time. And it's like, then you talk to like trans people in like real life, in the real world. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. To do that or to say that. I didn't mean to accidentally misgender you. And you talk to them and they're like, oh, I don't care. I don't, no, you're good. I know what I am. I know who I am. I don't need like outside validation of any kind. Like obviously in a workplace environment, that would be different because you want a non-toxic workplace environment where everyone's actually respecting each other so work can get done. But no, it doesn't matter. And that's just like how everything in the, like, you just like go outside and people are just normal and chill. And it's not that serious. It pisses me off so bad. Anyways, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about at all. The be normal mantra. Yeah. Uh-huh. Have you seen the show Severance? Yes. Yes, I have. Gawk Apocalypse. Dude, I can't get over your name. Trans people are people too, and generally people are stupid and annoying. I don't think people are generally stupid and annoying. I think people are just like, most people are some varying levels of annoying. And sorry, if you're a person, if you are a human being, there's a good chance you're annoying to someone out there, you know? Trans people aren't excluded from that. Same thing with men, women, race doesn't matter. Everybody's going to be some level of annoying. So it's just like, yeah. I've had coworkers pre-transition let me know I misnamed them after they changed their name. I appreciate them letting me know so I don't look like an asshole calling them their old name. That's dope. I say this all the time about liberals. Liberals get a lot of hate from online leftists because online liberals are fucking insufferable. Most people in the real world who self-ID as liberal are just kind, empathetic people. Oh, for sure. And I think it's the same thing for leftists. Online leftists are some of the most annoying people on the fucking planet. It's not because they're necessarily leftists. It's more so because they're online. That's the bigger problem. That's the bigger problem, big dog. Because it's just like, and it's not that everyone online is annoying and mentally ill. It's that the worst type of illnesses are on, those people are on the internet. The people who are suffering the most, those people are on the internet. Because think about it, it's like if you're like if you're like a MGTOW, you're like men go their own way. It's like the super incels. It's like the level 100 incel. You're not going outside. You're not going to bars or talking to women. You're fucked. Of course you're on the internet. You have nowhere better to be. I'm on the internet because I like being on the internet, but not everyone else is that way. Some people aren't on the internet because they like the internet. They're on the internet because they don't have somewhere else necessarily to go. But that's like, even that, like I got on the internet and I enjoyed the internet so much because I didn't really feel like I got along with or fit in with my peers growing up. And the internet had like the fun video games that I liked. So I liked being on the internet, and then it had all my friends in it and everything. But then like and then obviously it's about mentality, you know, but yeah, I don't know if you guys get what I'm talking about. I think it made sense. I think my points were salient. On the topic of mental illness, perfect segue, perfect unintentional segue. Asmongold, I can't perform under pressure. It's the reason why I don't do debates. It's the reason why I don't play high stress games. Like, I just can't function that way. Bro said he literally can't lock in.
And the moment, they're going to be totally honest with you guys, I can't perform under pressure, and I can't do anything under pressure at all. And the moment that I feel like I'm under pressure, I instantly collapse. It's the reason why I don't do debates. It's the reason why I don't like playing high stress games. Like, I just can't function that way. I can't. Like, you could say, like, oh, you need to try harder. Tried it my whole life. It doesn't work. And so now at this point, like, I refuse to put myself in any position that makes me have to do that.
Oh, you don't want to leave your safe space? Oh. Too much water pressure in the shower, too, apparently.
Yeah, I get crazy performance anxiety. I stress out super fast. Like, it happens in like a second. And so I just don't allow myself to be in positions that make me feel that way.
Bro, you could not beat this out of me. You couldn't waterboard this shit out of me. But then again, I've had multiple people run away from debates from me, including like Ethan Klein and the Caleb Hammer guy. So I don't know. I feel like pressure, you know, makes diamonds or whatever stupid shit people say. He's got the mist setting on the shower. I don't think he's got any settings on the shower that he doesn't go into, man. Why did he admit this, though? I like this one. Asmon denies being lonely. I'm not lonely. I'm busy. He's not Mena. He never had to, dude. Okay, actually, straight up. Not that this doesn't happen to in white families, but I will say, in my experience, this is mostly the case for non-white families, where you have to go and entertain some random ass guests you don't know and have never heard of and have never seen, and they're like, "Wow, you got so big," and you're like, "I still don't know who you are. I still don't know." There's no like, I'm staying in my room, bomb, closes door, slams door shut. It's like, guests are here. Fucking get on your knees and start scrubbing, or like, I guess guests are coming. Scrub the fucking toilets with a toothbrush, you know? Like, sit and serve our guests. Sit here for 2 hours. And it's like, but I don't want to be here. I want to play Blade and Soul. Damn it. Damn it. So you gotta perform under pressure, man. You gotta. You gotta learn. Wait, no way. Hold up, wait, we'll watch this in a second. I gotta watch this other thing first. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Also,
really quickly though, back on that topic. Why did he admit that though? Am I missing the strategic aspect of admitting that you don't do debates because you don't perform and you don't know how to perform? You tried practicing? Did you try exposure therapy? I know it has therapy in the word, so it sounds really scary, but it just means doing the thing until you're not scared of it anymore. Did you try that? What is this title? Asian girls are sluts for BWC. Live stream fail user. Okay. Good name. All right. What are these subreddits? Women are not into men. The Asmongold situation. What are the wow? Okay, since I'm on Firefox, I'm not like logged into anything, so I'm getting some of the craziest related posts where I like want to go down these rabbit holes. What is this? The amount of shade Asmon is getting lately for saying men are more beautiful than women is crazy. Wait, what is this subreddit? A community for something we all have noticed, but everyone refuses to admit that women are not attracted to men the way men are attracted to women. The first post that's here, do you think girls really love? Oh my god. Dude. I mean, listen, this is a normal thought maybe when you're a teenager. But like, and then you grow up, right? I had a point when I was a teenage girl and I was like, but do boys really love? Boys just want one thing, big boobies. And then you like grow up and you're like, wait a minute. Men are people too, just like women. Isn't that just what, like, don't you just grow up? This is like, I'm gonna close this. This subreddit is depressing. Stop, dude, stop. Wait, I accidentally closed every subreddit. No. I was looking at the other post first. Dude, this is a fucked up subreddit. Women's preference is empowerment. Men's preference is perversion. I have to read the post. I'm too curious. What are the examples? Oh my god. These have to be teenagers, right? This is just a subreddit for teenagers? The more I read in this sub legit saved my life. 69. The more I read the post in this sub, the more life starts to make sense. No! I've spent my life thinking, I think they meant to say, I have to, thinking and I've spent my life thinking in have to, due to societal, okay, like thinking in have tos. I don't really know. I have to get a high income or women won't love you. I have to a good body or women won't love you. I have to get hobbies that are interesting or women won't love you. I have to be interesting to be around or women won't love you. Huh? I'm starting to realize that living this way has been a mental boulder that's been crushing me every second of my day. Knowing that even if I have it all, they won't truly love me. Or sorry, they still won't love me has truly been an eye-opening and breath of fresh air. What? What? Okay, this is going to sound insane, but no one, men and women, no one has to love you or like you as a person. I have people in my life that I've run into that I didn't like, men and women, because their personality was terrible. At the very least, I hated their personality, and their personality probably was better for somebody else, not for me. And I'm sure I've run into lots of people that felt that way about me. That's okay. No one is required to like you. And the people that really like you and really like being around you and like to look at you will want to date you. The same thing the other way around. Yeah. You have to be interesting for people to like you, but what interesting means is going to be different person to person. There is nothing more boring to me than when a dude starts telling me how much he likes fucking golf and sports, and that's the only thing he likes. It's like, well, do you do anything on the internet? Not that like I'm a degenerate or anything, but like, do you do? And they're like, I go on Teams. I'm like, my fish is on fire, actually. Yeah, I gotta go. Or like I'm sure, and the same way, it goes the same way around the other way. Goes the other way around as well. Where like, I don't really like, this is gonna sound really cringy, and I'm gonna admit it. I prefer listening to music at home. I don't want to listen to music at a concert. Maybe there's like a couple exceptions to the rule. Maybe like if a live performance is particularly interesting, but I don't want to go stand in a concert. I don't even really want to sit at a concert. I kind of want to like listen to music at home, like a nice headset, and like relax. I don't think the concert's about the music. Well, yeah, it's about the experience, but like, I don't really want the experience either. You know, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, you're a fucking loser for that. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. That's valid. You know, you're allowed to think that. That's valid, you know? And maybe that doesn't make me a very interesting person because I don't want to, you know, get in the pit or whatever. And that's okay. That's all good. But, you know, you could be the sweetest peach in the world and there's someone out there that doesn't like peaches. So being interesting just means like having things that you like, that you care about, that you enjoy, and then finding other people who like those things as well, or that are similar to other things, right? Is that like that serious? I don't think it's that serious. L, huge L. Listen, chat, I like experiences. So if someone invited me to go to a concert, I would say yes every time. I try to live life with a very yes personality. But I would never book or buy tickets to a concert. You know? I don't know. I don't really feel like that's controversial, but whatever. Can we go back to what we were looking at first? That's crazy. That post is crazy. All right, let's see this.
Hey, me being lonely. We've really got to talk about this, okay, guys? I'm not lonely. I'm busy. Like, I have engagements, events, things that I do, people I see all the time. I just don't talk about it a lot. I don't care. It's not a big deal. Like, you guys have noticed this, right? I mean, like...
She just goes to another school. You wouldn't know her. She's from Canada. All right? I do stuff all the time. Okay? And I definitely don't care. Make sure you write in the paper that I don't care.
Never had any drama. Like, I have interacted with and I've dealt with hundreds of people in my time of being a content creator. None of them have anything bad to say about me. They never do. Just think about that. Like, lonely, aroused, nobody wants to be around you. It's not really the case at all. Yeah, you don't overshare in your personal life. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, guys, I'm not lonely at all. If I was, I'd just go out and do something with some of my friends.
I can't believe that one Stabby clip paid out so many dividends. Dude, I'm glad I invested early, man. Fuck, dude. Dude, being an early investor is crazy.
Like, I've never had a problem making friends. As a kid, like, I've always had a lot of friends. I've always been able to fit in everywhere. I've never had this issue. Like, I don't get it, man. Where did this even come from? These people are so insecure about being alone, they project it on anyone? Yeah. I'll be honest, for a while, like, after OTK, before I left and then after I left, like, I did... even now, like, there's a big part of me that wants to just be alone most of the time, but wanting to be alone is not lonely. It's very different. It just stressed me out a lot. But that's personal. That's something different. Like, I was getting hate threads about me in high school. You realize that, right? Like, there's...
Huh? You fit in everywhere, and also you were getting hate threads about you, and who's... Sorry, this chatter is like, it's like chef's kiss. You can't write satire like this. People would think it's too on the nose. Stop making fun of the male loneliness epidemic. This is why bitches get raped. Wipe that fucking smirk off your face. No. No, Omega lol. I won't wipe that smirk off my face. No, I don't think so. What are you gonna do? Curse me out? What are you gonna do? Write an insult that I've read 1,000,000 times on fucking League? Like, no. You're lonely because you write things like, this is why bitches get raped. That's why you're lonely, okay? If you tried not being this person, you might be a little bit less lonely. You should try it. You should try it.
People saying that I should kill myself in high school. Ninja Luda Gruel's lair. Fuck them.
Huh? What? But I thought you said he had lots of friends and he fit in everywhere. And he's never had this problem. And also people were telling him to kill himself in high school? What?
Shouldn't have joined the group. It's my shield now. Aldori Legacy Defender. Big dick.
He sounds so soy, dude. Yeah, well, it's my shield now. Well. I'm not alone. Oh my god, dude. Stop, man. One thing I've learned, chat, about the content creator space is number one, streamers are not acting, okay? If a streamer has a persona on for like 6 hours a day every day, that's just who they are. I remember like way back when, during the Dr. Disrespect era, I was like, this guy's just an asshole. And then people were like, no. He just pretends to be an asshole for 12 hours a day, every day. It's like, no, I think he might just be an asshole who's profiting off of being an asshole. What? Huh? It's really hard to pretend to be someone for 12 hours a day, every single day for years. Wait, so you're telling me Denims actually is that cringe IRL? Yeah. No, I'm not cringe. I'm based. I'm based. Okay, don't write on the paper that I was cringe. Wait, I had something I was gonna say. Oh yeah, no, the majority of the time it's like, and every single time I've like thought a streamer is just doing like a little act. It's like, no, that's just who they are. No, that's just who they are. Yeah, that's just who they are. So when I see this shit, it's like, no, I swear, I don't just spend all of this time by myself because I like doing it. And also, I like being alone. But also, I actually spend a lot of time with friends all of the time. It's like, okay, buddy, whatever you say, man. Okay. Whatever lets you sleep at night, man. Sure. You got it, brother. Oh. He looks like he smells like wet sewage. Stop. Stop. Don't. That's too nice. Anyways. If he spent that much time with friends, at least one of them would tell him to change his shirt and comb his rat hair. Is crazy. Oh, man. That's brutal. All right, that's enough of that. I almost would feel bad, but I feel bad for people who are trying to change, not for people who don't care about changing. Is that your emotional support fire sauce packet? Yeah, I've been considering like eating it on stream, but I didn't want people to think I was disgusting. You guys ever grab a fire sauce packet and just like eat it on its own? Did no one ever do that? I see some yeses, so I'm not alone. All right. Yeah, do it. I work as a wastewater treatment plant operator. Depending on the concentration of restaurants and laundromat sewage, sometimes will smell like fresh laundry. Asmongold, in fact, looks like he smells worse than some sewage on planet Earth. Raw dog in the hot sauce. Yeah, it's it's Gogurt for people who are brave, all right? It's Gogurt for people who are hot and beautiful and sexy, all right? Yeah, I'm rebranding, okay? That's what I'm doing. All right, let's close this stuff. Close. No, not that. No, not that. No, not that. Excuse me. Close these. All right, I wanted to look at this. Hold up. Dude, you guys are fast. I'm not cringe. Now I'm going to suck the sauce out of this packet like a cat. Excuse you. I'm not going to do it on stream, all right? Because I don't get judged. I don't like getting judged. Why can't I hear anything? Chat. There we go.
Which completely dwarfed what.
Can you believe having strong beliefs? Having strong beliefs about genocide. Everyone should have weak opinions about genocide. Like, I don't know. And maybe. And it's still up in the air. You know, some things are gray. Yeah, that's what I want in a candidate. When I want them to speak about genocide, that's what I want them to say. That's exactly what I definitely don't want them to say genocide is wrong and we shouldn't fund a nation doing a genocide. No, I don't want a candidate to say that. I want a candidate to say it's just really complicated. You know, we send them money, we give them weapons of war, and then they kill a bunch of people. You know, it's just a complicated situation. It's a really, that's actually a pretty good nuanced situation, man. Dude, how the fuck did you do that so fast? Dini, White People Dini, how did you fucking cook that up so quickly? What the hell? Thanks, I'm a pro. I can see that. Wait, I'm not logged in. I'll save this for when I'm on Chrome. I feel like I'm cheating on Firefox with Chrome. But don't tell anyone, guys, all right? Please. Please. Please don't. It's not an anxiety pen. I mean, it's not a weed pen. Same shirt, same hair. Are you trying to cop Asmongold's style? Sorry, you're right. My bad. My bad. Dude. I do really feel bad for people who watch Asmongold because it's like, that really is just an ideology that will make your life worse and make you more depressed. Thinking that, like, everything about life sucks in every single way. And, you know, you should be, like, it's okay to be alone and be lonely all the time. And that's fine. And never pushing people to, like, actually go and engage with their community. And never pushing people to, like, do things that they, like, genuinely opening yourself up to other people. I don't care if other people disagree. And if you're of this belief, whatever, I don't care. I think human beings are social creatures innately, unless you disagree with biology, all right? And oh, sorry. And most people benefit from having at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in their life, right? Having a couple friends in your life. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. It has been very rare that I've gone out with friends, hung out with friends, met new people, and been like, damn, I regretted that night. Because the desire to cancel plans is always so strong. And then you go and you're like, that was actually pretty fun. I actually kind of had fun, and I like my friends. And I feel like when I was a teenager, I was like, everything sucks and people suck and I should just be alone. And then I, like, grew up a little bit, and then I became less of a cringe teenager, and I was like, wait a minute. Other people are literally, like, the best part of living. Like, they literally are the best part of living. Now, you can have moments in your life. Like, it's just that the majority of your time, especially if you live in the US, especially if you live in a suburb, you're going to spend a lot of your time alone anyway. So you should be comfortable being alone. But, like, this, like, hyper romanticizing of, I'm just a loner. That's all I am. I'm a misanthropist. I just don't like other people. It's like, maybe you should meet more people. People are, like, fun to hang out with, man. Isn't it the most fun thing to just hang out with a friend and you're just both sitting there in silence doing some stupid shit? Is that not, like, enjoyable to people? You guys ever you ever, like, doom scroll on your phone with a friend there? And you're like, you see this? Oh, you see this one? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. You never do that? Like, you never do that with another person? It doesn't need to be, like, high energy hangouts every single time. You ever sit in a Discord server where, like, everyone else is talking and you're just kind of there? And you're having fun and you can talk when you want to? Isn't that kind of, like, enjoyable? I don't understand. I feel like, and this is the thing that I mean, like, I feel like if you were a true loner, like a real loner, you wouldn't be watching Twitch streams. You'd be, like, reading books or something. You clearly enjoy other people. You're watching a person speak. You have to on some level. You probably just don't like how much energy people you've met have required of you. But, like, you can find friends that you hang out with and they're not high energy and you both just, like, super duper chill. You know? It's great when you laugh at the same shit. Dude, it's like, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Laughing at exactly the same thing or having the exact same response as someone else, like in the Discord server, you both say the exact same thing. It's like, that's like top 10 human experiences, man. But Asmongold's viewers aren't watching a person, though. Girl, I legit just came here to say your hair is fire. Thanks. Thank you. People cost me a lot of energy, so I just try to give myself more opportunities to recharge. Well, yeah. And also, I don't know, maybe other people will disagree. I thought that because people required a lot of energy from me mentally, that I was an introvert. And maybe that is what that means. I don't really care about the actual labels. But I thought it was like, I was a loner because hanging out with people was energy draining. But then I realized, like, I just get really depressed if I go too long not hanging out with people. And I was like, wait a minute. Fuck. Hanging out with people is exhausting. But when I don't do it, I'm depressed. What the fuck? This is bullshit. Someone fucked up this programming, man. Who wrote this? Grok? It definitely gives a buff. I mean, yeah. I feel like it's similar to working out, where when you're working out, you're like, this sucks. But then afterward, you're like, I feel pretty good. And actually, you get like a 24-hour buff, like endorphins. +5. Another fake introvert clenches fist. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I feel bad for the people that watch that guy, and like, it's like, you're adopting things in your life and an ideology in your life that's not going to actually make you happier or like improve the conditions in your life. It's just like worsening your condition and making you hate other people more. Like, I don't know. Bro just describing a sim to me. I'm just actually describing a remodeled pawn, actually. Yeah, it's a balance. Let's chat GPT it. Let me connect it. One sec. Also depends on the emotional labor needed to hang out. Some people are high energy and can be more exhausting than someone who matches your energy. Totally agree. Something new. What did you get on those bullshit 4-letter personality things? I don't remember. I think it was IN something. IN something. Maybe it was a J or an F after that. And maybe it was, I feel like INTJ sounds right, or INFJ, or PF maybe? ICUP? IC Wiener? Hey. Astrology for those who want to think they're above astrology. Just shut up. I think INTJ might be what I got, maybe. I don't remember. I took it ages ago. But you know what I did take recently that does matter? And it only matters because I got a good result. And if you get a cringe result, it means that you're cringe. But if you get a good result, it means that you're good. I'll show you guys. Wait, I deleted it. Wait, I didn't delete it. Hold up. There we go. It's one of those political compass tests, but it tries to match you with someone on Twitter. And I just want you guys to know, not to brag or anything, but I got Mumdani. Not to brag or anything. Twins. I think I got more chud. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Not to be controversial, but I think I got chud. It's still on my phone, I think. No, wait, it's not on my phone anymore. No, but maybe it's Safari? Safari. It's not here either. Okay, well, I lost it. Well, anyways, yeah, I think it was like I got like 20% chud, my chud ass streamer. But I did get mostly Hope Pill. This is somebody else's. This is Maple Takes'. How many times did you retake the result for that? I got Zoran on only 5. I got it first try. But this wasn't my result. This is someone else. I didn't save the result. But anyways. Oh no. I thought it was. You guys ever think that you got a message from someone and then you realize you didn't? So depressing. I thought I got an email about something I ordered and it was just an email from some stupid fucking company. God fucking damn it. I took another test. I got Kyle. Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Dark woke. Okay. All right, let's close that. There was. Hold up. Excuse me. Wait. There's one other thing. No, not that. No, not that. This was the last thing I wanted to share with you guys for today. Majority of Americans say White House is not being truthful about Trump's health. 80-year-old president has been photographed with bruising on his hand, has been accused of dozing off during public appearances. I would say less so accused and more so recorded. I would say more so just like observed, I think. The sky has been accused of being blue. Accused? More like caught in 4K. He's resting his eye. Me when I'm trying to cope about taking a nap. No. I'm just resting my eyes, man. I'm just going to rest my eyes for 2. Wormy. Don't bite that. Huh? Nap maxing. Stop. He fell asleep so hard he made the Knicks lose that game. I know, right? Ah. All right. But with that, guys, that's where I'm going to call it. Because I am being accused of yawning on stream, which I would never do. As you guys know, I have never yawned on stream. And anyone who tells you otherwise is fake news. And they're accusing me of doing something that I would never do. And you guys know this about me. But the shirt is making you sleepy. True. But I will be heading off for today. All right. I will be back in tomorrow. Please have a great rest of your day, everybody. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies you love them. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow, everybody. Bye.